Hola, friends. ¿Cómo está? How are you? It's good to see all of you. I wasn't gonna do a big ass stream today, but I changed my mind literally in the last minute. So I'm dressed as Typhoid Mary Tyler Moore today, and I love it. I'm super excited about it. I hope you guys are doing good. Hi, Wesley. How are you? Thanks, Arthur, for letting people know where I was. Chef hat. It's not. Well, it. I guess it could be a chef hat. It's like a French beret slash chef hat. Mini ass stream again. Yeah. Yeah, because we're not doing Instagram because I'm tired and I don't want to. So for those of you who didn't know, I have been doing a walk through the works of Edgar Allan Poe today. It's pretty fun. So we're gonna do Telltale Heart in a few minutes, and then we get a little blood dripping off my chin here. It's candy. It's very sticky. Wesley, I'm glad you're wonderful. That's awesome. I also watched this on Facebook Live. Oh, cool. It's really sticky. Gross. So yeah, I was like, how do I Typhoid Mary? So I love the story of Typhoid Mary. I used to be obsessed with it. There are a lot of different accounts of who she was and how she came to spread typhoid around. There were people who were like, well, she didn't believe in germs, so she spread typhoid through unwashed cooking utensils, but she was actually a silent typhoid carrier. So she didn't know or didn't believe actually that she had typhoid, and she didn't believe that she was spreading it around. But I think she killed something like 45 people in 6 different families because she wouldn't stop cooking, and she kept giving people typhoid through things like salads and like fruit salads and different things that weren't cooked. Super interesting. Happy Halloween, Trevor. Yeah, so super excited today. It's good to have you guys here. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Kat Jones. I'm here to guide you through the apocalypse. Today we're going to read through the works of, or sing through, the interpreted works of Edgar Allan Poe. I'm going to turn this down just a little and hope that it gives you a better view of what's going on in the real world. Let's equal that out a little bit. Hold on. No. Crazy. That's better. All right. Yeah, I just have been working on this not very long. I'd say a week and a half. A friend of mine had the idea, and I was like, "That's amazing. Thank you for that idea." And so we've just been working on it as a experimentation of something that I have an idea for in the future. So it's going to be fun. We'll probably move through a couple of songs tonight, and then I'm going to do a couple of originals as well, down on Vaccination Street. Oh, that's awesome. That is amazing. And then I released a new single with my good friend Sally Grayson this week, so we might listen to that as well. This is going to be this week, this Saturday. I don't usually do 9 p.m. streams on Saturday, but it's a holiday. So we'll do like a best of the week kind of wrap up, maybe. Cat originals. Woo! So Yeah, I'm excited. Um, meow meow meow. I feel like doing a couple originals, so let's get into it. If you're lurking, I don't know that you're here. It doesn't matter what platform you're on. I have no idea that you exist. So if you feel like making yourself known and being like, "Hey, Kat, what's up?" I wouldn't be mad at you. I wouldn't be mad. Knocking over my flowers down here. There we go. The Gretsch is all tuned and ready, and then I decided to play the telly for the first song. So there went that preparation. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask them. I am down to answer some questions. We have a special buzz in the amp today. Okay, that's not normal for us. What did I get up to this Halloween weekend? Well, yesterday, and who's my biggest influence musically? That's a hard question. Yesterday, after a memorial service for a good friend, I was dressed as Twiggy Stardust, so a mashup of Twiggy, the model from the 60s, and Ziggy Stardust, Ghost in the Amp, 100%. Also, I am in love with that emoji. So yeah, I basically socially distanced outside of some campfires with some friends. It was really nice. Met a couple new people, which I haven't done in a really, really long time, and that was cool. Felt very socially awkward because I've been social distancing like crazy. And so, yeah, that's kind of went down last night. Today, I had a couple of friends show up who were trick-or-treating with their kids. They were just going to go to two houses to sort of introduce trick-or-treating to them. Yeah, my Facebook picture is Twiggy Stardust, but I did an adaptation of it. So I had like pink hair and I was wearing this dress and some white boots. And my makeup was normalish. It was like low key Ziggy, not high key Ziggy. Things plugged into more than one outlet can cause buzz. Oh no, it's only plugged into one outlet. But thank you, Landon. Yeah, that's what happened there. And then yeah, my cables are good too. So yeah, it was super fun. And then earlier today we worked through some of the short fiction of Edgar Allen Poe. My friends from Germany FaceTime called me today, and so I got to like have a glass of wine and sit down with friends I haven't seen in a couple of years that I was supposed to visit with this time of year right now. And so that was really beautiful. And we just spent time together and enjoyed each other's company for a couple of hours. And That was really, 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 really good. And I'm super grateful for it. Yeah. So, biggest influence musically. I don't have a single biggest influence. I would say David Bowie is pretty high up there. Whoa, 100 messages already. That's crazy. What happened while the video was running? David Bowie is one of my favorites for sure. This guy Scott Walker is one of my favorites. A woman named Ema Sumac is one of my favorites. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, those are a couple of favorites. So it was really, 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 really good. There we go. All right, let's hit this. My head that happened nice. Yeah, I knew I was someone, but somehow I forgot. Did you cut off all of my branches? Did you burn down all of my vines? I lay down in the soil in the cool of the night. I lay down in the dew and waited for light. The sun burnt up your intention, illuminated fire. I stretched out my branches, my friends drank all my wine, and I sobriety, and you had a terrible time. Just when I think that I'm not as tired as I thought I was half an hour ago, my voice tells me, "Oh yes, dear, yes. As a matter of fact, you are that tired." Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Thank you, Dan Silverman. Hola, David Akers. ¿Cómo está, señor? All right. I love my guitars. I love my guitars, yeah. I love my guitars. I love my guitars, yeah. Yeah, yeah. It does look more like a chef's hat when I have my headphones on. Oh no! Headphones reaffixed. All right. Welcome to the Beast for today's work. What amp are you going through, Great Tone? I am going through a Blues Junior, but it was purchased the week that they were released, and it is actually not a traditional Blues Junior. It is a tiny American Blues Junior that pretends to be the Japanese model of Blues Junior that has existed ever since. So I got really, really, really lucky. And thank you, Dan, for the compliment. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I've taken it in to get repairs for different electronic issues before. And every time I go to pick it up, the person who's doing the repairs is like, where the fuck did you get that amp? Because for the most part, no one knew that that was a thing that happened when they were released. And so I'm very grateful. Very, 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 very grateful. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hoping for a musical version of A Dream Within a Dream. Oh. Meow, 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 meow. No. Brandon, I assume that you mean that is a Edgar Allan Poe work. Is that correct? I am looking for it. I don't have it in here. See, there's one that's called The Man That Was Used Up. It's 6 pages long. That's too long. Eleanor would be a good one. Let's see. No, that is 4 pages. You will see why I feel like that's too long once we get into A Telltale Heart. It's a poem of Edgar Allan Poe's. It's an Edgar Allan Poe work. Okay, let me see if I can find it here. A Dream Within a Dream. Thank you. It's Art with Words coming in. Awesome. Let's find this guy. What do we got? Oh, dope. Oh, it's very short. Take this kiss upon the brow, and in parting from you now, thus much let me avow, You are not wrong who deem that days have been a dream. Yet if hope has flown away in a night or in a day or in a vision or in none, is there therefore less than gone? All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. I stand amid the roar of a surf-tormented shore and hold within my hand grains of golden yellow sand. How few, yet how they creep, through my fingers to the deep, while I weep. Oh God, can I not grasp them with a tighter clasp? Oh God, can I not save one from the pitiless wave? Is all that we see or seem but a dream within a dream? Yeah, we can get into that. I got you. That's it. That's cool. All right. It's your favorite poem of his. Oh, that's awesome. Cool. We're going to get into it. Hola, knowledge. ¿Cómo está? We're reading A Dream Within a Dream by Edgar Allan Poe right now. I'm trying to think of something. Hold on. What is playing in my head? I don't know. Let's get into it. Take this kiss upon the blood, and in parting from you now, this much let me avow. Yet if hope has flown away in a night or in a day, in a vision or in none, stand amid the void of a self-tormented shore, and I will within my hand grains of the golden shell. How few and how they cleave through my fingers to the deep, while I weep, while I weep. Oh God, can I not gaze? Then with the pain of grace. Oh God, can I not say I am from this is all that we within a dream is all that we Knowledge, you're just stopping by for a little bit. Well, welcome. Welcome. I am Typhoid Mary Tyler Moore, here to guide you through the Telltale Heart in just a minute. Dan, thank you so much. I appreciate it. What did you think, Brandon? Was that okay? Aw, thanks. It's so sweet. Thank you, guys. I know who you are, Colin. Great Brandoni. Got to page 111 a day. Forgot just how strange familiar tales can get. That was a pretty one. Aw, thanks, David. All right. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how this went earlier today. This is very difficult. The level of focus, like when I was done, I was completely like totally drained. And I've been in a fog all day. So we're going to work really hard at making this dope. But we'll see how it goes. You know what I'm saying? The Telltale Heart, heads up, takes about 40 minutes. I will not be stopping to tune my guitar. And we're structuring it a lot like a traditional opera, sort of. But kind of punk. So, if people come into the feed and they ask questions during the feed, if y'all would be so gracious as to answer those questions on my behalf if you know the answers, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, tips tonight, just because of the amount of work that is involved in this, would also be tremendously appreciated. Tremendously. I would be very, very, very grateful. So, I don't normally say it that straight up, but I've been working hard. All right. But they are also not necessary nor required. And before we start, let's get into some questions. Does anyone have questions? Whilst I do this, I'm going to take a quick break for some hot liquids. And we can talk for a second and then move into the Halloween spectacular of Edgar Allan Poe. David Akers say, I didn't know I was replying to myself. Thank you, Arthur. You're so sweet. Thank you so much for your everything that you have done. And Trevor, too. If everyone wants to give Trevor and Arthur an applause, they are my very kind and very wonderful moderators. And they deserve a round of applause. I'm very grateful for both of them. I've been getting to know them a little bit since we started doing all of this, or better, I should say. And it's been such a gift. I really appreciate both of you, and I really appreciate the opportunity to get to know both of you a little bit better through all of this. And so, however long you choose to moderate, there's literally no pressure, but I am very grateful for who you are and that you guys have been here. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, and I mean it. Hi, Manny. How are you? Yay, yeah, clap for my friends, please. Manny, hi. Look at all those cute emotes. I have emotes coming out next week. I'm excited. I love chords. Yeah, you've only known me since June. Me and Arthur have exchanged many exchanges. Words not working throughout the years. Oh, now where's my coffee cup? No! All right, I have to go get a cup. All right, hold music coming at you. You ready? This is your hold music. This is your hold music. This is your hold music. It's your hold music. It's your hold music. Trevor says, you know what they say, your actions make a lasting impression even in a short time. That's very true. And then cream in the cup. The hills are alive with the sound of music. Pleasantries have been had over the years, yes. Quick question. How do you feel about the John Carpenter 1978 classic Halloween? I have not seen that in such a long time. And I'm pretty sure I was doing crafts the last time I watched it. I have, yeah. Weirdly, I think I don't have strong feelings about it because it's sort of like, yeah, it's a staple. And I've taken advantage of its existence by choosing to make things while I watch it instead of watching it closely. That's interesting. How many movies do I have that with? I don't know. If you just heard a creak, that was my right knee. I'm silly. All right. Nom 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 noms. Also, if you go to that link, there's a merch tab, and I have new merch available, and one of them is a coffee cup. There's a hoodie and a t-shirt. Yeah, it doesn't feel good all the time. I broke my ankle in Scotland while I was on tour in 2016. And I stayed on tour like a dumb person. My ankle was huge. It was like this big. I'm not exaggerating. And so I took a 24-hour bus ride immediately after I broke my ankle to Germany, and then stayed on the road for 6 more weeks. And touring in Europe is hard. It's a lot more physically rigorous than touring in the U.S. Because you're taking trains everywhere, and you've got your bags and you're hauling everything. You are your own pack mule. So yeah, super nice going. So I have an unnecessarily militaristic mindset, which does not serve me well. Thank you, Arthur. And so, yeah, I've been trying not to be an asshole to myself. But I because I did that, my right knee took the weight of everything that I did, and I have permanent and lasting damage in my right knee. Yay! The moral of the story is, don't be mean to yourself. If you break your knee in a foreign country and you have 6 weeks of heavy labor to do, go home. It was very fun, though. I have to say, I used it as a prop, basically. So I would stand on top of stools during shows and stuff and just like balance on one leg and then just play. Also a big reason why my knee is not doing well. Pretty funny. Oh my gosh, all those dog symbols are hilarious. Thank you, Crazy Eyes. All right. For those of you who are looking, for those of you who have just joined us, Great Brandoni says, since they keep changing copyright laws to keep Mickey Mouse under copyright for Disney, it is really a bummer for certain creative types being able to play with other artists' work. What does that mean? Whose work are you trying to work with? Is it Mickey Mouse specifically? Yeah, the upside about doing Edgar Allan Poe is that it's way in the public domain. Thank you, Manny. I appreciate it. How long have I had my Gretsch? About since 2011. So I bought it to replace my telly after the flood because this is a crazy story. So I was in the Nashville flood and I bailed 3,600 gallons of water out of my house, and my telly waterlogged. And so I plugged it in twice after the flood, and both times I immediately unplugged it because I could tell it was too heavy and it sounded like it was underwater when I would play it. And then when I announced that I was leaving, I also announced that I needed a new electric guitar before I left. I moved to Portland shortly after the flood because I was also in a tornado, and that was a bummer, and I wanted to get the fuck out of Dodge. So I mentioned that I needed a guitar, and a really, really kind friend helped me replace it, and I bought this Gretsch as the replacement. And then when I words and things, I took this in to go get it set up at Groon Guitars here in Nashville, and I took my telly in to see if it was salvageable. I put it in my car. It was August. It was a really, 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 really hot day, and when I pulled the telly out of its case, it was drenched in water, and essentially it had been a year and a half, but the water that it had been holding on to when I put it in the car, it basically sweat all of the water out while it was in the car. So I was kind of blown away, and the guy repairing my guitar did not believe that was what was going on. He was sure I spilt something on it, and it was like, literally brought it here to see if it's salvageable from water damage. And he said, after he repaired it, he said the fact that the water was in the components for so long that the oxygen that would usually create rust on the components, because it didn't get any air, it wasn't able to create rust. And so they just basically pulled all the gear out, cleaned it out, put it back together, and it was fine. So I call this lovely lady my flood guitar now. I have a lot of weird stories, guys. That's just true. We're going to do one more cup of coffee and then begin. This is decaf, by the way. Oh, and we haven't breathed yet. We're going to breathe together, finish my cup of coffee, and then begin. Manny says, my internet is bad! Exclamation point. But I want to tell you that you are my Californian Maria Callas mixed with Nina Hagen resulted cat. Oh, you're so sweet, Manny. All right, let's breathe. So here's what we're doing. My hat's falling off. How does this go? Here we go. So what I've been doing as like a tool to survive the apocalypse, right? This is really stressful times. You want to make sure that you get actual tools, not just music, to survive the apocalypse. And so what I've been doing at the beginning of every stream is to teach everyone a breathing technique that triggers your autonomic reflexes so that you can start to basically decompress, and your body automatically stops releasing stress hormones and starts the reparation process from stressful situations. So we're going to do this. So basically, we're going to breathe down in our diaphragm over here. Beep, 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 right there. So you're going to breathe in through your nose, essentially, and that will force the air into your diaphragm. Once we get the air into your diaphragm, you're going to bear down really hard with these muscles in order to push that air down. You will inhale for 4 seconds. I'll count. I'll take the first breath and then basically say breathe 1, 2, 3, 4. So you'll take a breath in during those 4 seconds. Try to get all the way filled up during that time. We'll hold our breath for 4 seconds and then we'll exhale through the teeth very, 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 very slowly, so that you can bear down and get all of that air out. We're going to do that 4 times. And this is just a great exercise to decompress, to help your body begin to heal. It's a good PTSD, like a basic PTSD recovery exercise. So here we go. You ready? All right. I'm going to breathe. You breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Push down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Yay. every time the copyright of Mickey Mouse is about to go public domain, they get Congress to add more years to copyright laws, essentially freezing the public domain in place at 1925. Interesting. Manny says, woman, but you are a box of surprises. You also give physical and mental training. No wonder that all the air fits in your diaphragm. Yeah, I am trained in breathing. That is true. I have about 6 years in breathing training. Just thinking about it, since you're breathing new life in Edgar Allen Poe. Yeah, how does that work with like people like, what is his name, Mr. Brainwash? The guy that was in that movie Exit Through the Gift Shop. That's interesting to me. Just trying to figure out how that works, you know. Manny says, for me, you are an excellent opera singer. I like it when you get to the high tones. Thank you so much, Manny. Those are cool emotes. The emotes on the far right, whose are those? That's amazing. They look so cute. I want emotes like that. Those are the cutest emotes in the whole world. Oh, those are headphones. It kind of looks like she's wearing a veil, like she is an opera singer. Those are very, very, very cute. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. All right, here we go. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. The idea that I have that this is going to lead into, I'm so excited about it. So I'm trying to think like maybe when I hit 500 followers, we'll do it for the first time. Everybody got that? Are we good? We're in stereo? All the things? I need to make sure I'm arranged correctly. Don't need this in place. There we go. Thank you, Manny, for all the emotes. All right. Here we go. I will be immersed in the pages. I'm not going to hardly look up at all for the next 40 minutes. Just a heads up. Again, if anyone knows the answer to questions that might be being asked, feel free to answer them on my behalf. Please be kind. Very, very dreadfully since I had been an am. But why will you say that I am mad? The disease had dropped my senses, not destroyed, not dulled them. Above all was the sense of hearing acute. I heard all things in heaven and earth. I heard many things in hell. Oh, that I'm alive. Oh, that I'm alive. Oh, that I'm alive. Oh, that I'm alive. Walk in and observe how healthily, how calmly I can tell you the whole story. It is impossible to say how first the idea entered my brain, but once conceived it haunted me day and night. Object, there was none. Passion, there was none. I loved the old man, he never wronged me. He never given me insult. For his gold I had no desire. I think it was his Yes, it was this. He had the eye of a vulture, pale blue white with a film over it. Whenever it fell upon me, my blood ran cold. So by degrees, very gradually, I made up my mind to take the life of the old man, and thus rid myself of the eye This is the point. You fancy me bad, but I know nothing, but you should have seen me. You should have seen how wisely I proceeded. With what caution, with what foresight, with what dissimulation, and went to work. I was never kinder to the old man than during the whole week before I killed him. And every night, about midnight, I turned the latch and I opened it, oh so And then one night I made
cunningly I thrust it in. I moved it slowly, so very, very slowly, so that I thought I might not disturb the old man's sleep. It took me an hour to place my whole head within the opening, so far that I could see him as he lay upon his bed. Ha! The madman would he have been so wise at this? And then when my head was well in the room, I undid the lantern cautiously, oh so cautiously, cautiously, for the hinges creaked. I undid it so much that a single thin ray fell upon the vulture eye, 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 the vulture eye. And this I did for 7 long nights, every night, just at midnight. But I found the eye always closed, and so it was impossible to do the work. For it was not the old man who vexed me, but his evil eye. And every morning when the day broke, I went boldly into and spoke courageously to him, calling him by the name in a hearty tone, and inquiring how he had passed the night. So see, he would have been a very profound old man indeed to suspect that every night just at 12 looked upon in him while he upon the 8th night, I was more than usually cautious in opening the door. He watches minute and moves more quickly than did mine. Never before that night had I felt the extent of my own powers, of my sagacity. I could scarcely contain my feelings of triumph, to think that I was opening the door little by 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 little, and needn't I even to dream of my secret deeds or thoughts. I fairly chuckled at the idea. And perhaps he heard me, for he moved on the bed suddenly, as if startled. Now you may think I drew back, but no. His room was as black as pitch, with a thick darkness, for the shutters were closed, fastened through fear of robbers. So I knew that he could not see the opening of the door, and I kept pushing it on steadily, 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 steadily. I held my head in and was about to open the lantern when my thumb slipped upon the tin fastening, and the old man sprang up in bed, crying out, "Who is there? Who is there?" I kept quite still and said nothing for a whole hour. I did not move a muscle, and in the meantime I did not hear him lie down. He was still sitting up in the bed, listening, 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 just as I have done. Night after night, hearkening to the dead watchers in the road. Presently I heard a light groan, and I knew it was the groan of mortal terror. It was not the groan of pain or grief, oh no, it was a low, stifled sound which arises from the bottom of a soul when overcharged with sound well many a night, just in the night when all the world slept. It has welled up from my own bosom, deepening with its dreadful echo. The terrors that distracted me, I say I knew it well. I knew what the old man felt and pitied him, although I chuckled at high. I knew he had been lying awake ever since the first slight noise. When he had dawned in the bed, his fears had been ever since growing upon him. He had been trying to fancy them pulseless, but he saying to himself, it is nothing but the wind in the chimney. It is only a mouse crossing the floor, or it is merely a cricket which has made a single chirp. Yes, he had been trying to comfort himself with these suspicions, but he found them in vain. In vain, because death then approaching him had stalked with his black shadow before him and enveloped the victim. And it was the morning harmful influence of the unperceived shadow that caused him to feel, though he never saw nor heard, feel the presence of my own head within the room when I had waited a long time, patiently without hearing him lying down. I resolved to open a very, very little crevice in the lantern. So I opened it again, I'd imagine how stealthily, until at length a simple dim ray like the thread of a spider shot out from the crevice and fell upon the vulture eye. Open, wide open, and I grew furious as I gazed upon it. I saw it with perfect distinctess, with all dull blue, with a hideous veil over it that chilled me to the very marrow in my bones. But I could see nothing else of the man's old face or the person, for I directed the ray as if by instinct and precisely upon that damn spite. The damn spite. I have not told you that you would mistake madness as but over acuteness of the senses. Now I say there came to my ears a dull, quick sound, such as a watch makes when enveloped by cotton. I knew that sound well, beating of the old man's heart, and it increased my fury as the beating of a drum stimulates the soldier into courage. And even yet I refrained and kept still. I scarcely breathed. I held the lantern motionless. I tried how steadily I could maintain the ray upon the eye. In the meantime, hellish tattoo of the heart increased. It grew quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker. So I am, and now at the dead hour of night, amid the dreadful silence of the old house, so strange a noise as this excited me to uncomfortable terror. Yet for some long minutes longer I refrained, and I stood still. But the breathing grew louder, louder. I thought the heart must burst. And now a new anxiety seized me. The sound would If you still think me mad, you think so no longer. When I describe the ways, precautions I took for the concealment of the body, the night waned, and I worked hastily, but in silence. First of all, I dismembered the corpse. I cut off the head and the arms and legs, and then took up 3 planks from the flooring of the chamber and deposited all between the scantlings, then replaced the board so cleverly, so cunning. No human eye, not even years, could have detected anything wrong. There was nothing to wash out, no stain of any kind, no blood spot whatsoever. I had been too weary for that. The tub had caught it all. When I had made an end of these labors, it was 4 o'clock, still dark as midnight, and the bells sounded in the air. There came a knocking at the street door. I went down to open it with a light heart, for what had I now to fear? There entered 3 men who introduced themselves with perfect suavity as officers of the police. A shriek had been heard by the neighbor during the night. Suspicion of foul play had been aroused. Information had been logged at the police office, and the officers had been deputed to search the premises. I smiled, for what had I to fear? I bade the gentleman welcome. The shriek I shed was my own. In a dream, the old man I mentioned was absent in the country. I took my visitors all over the house. I getting paler, and wish them going. My head ached, and I fancied a ringing in my ears, but still they sat and still chatted. The ringing became more distinct. It continued and became more distinct. I had talked more freely to get rid of the feeling, but it continued and gained definiteness until at length I found that the noise was not within my ears. No doubt a blueberry veil, but I talked more fluently and with a heightened voice. Yet the sound increased, and what could I do? It was a dull, low, quick sound, much such as a watch makes when enveloped in cotton. I gasp for breath, and yet the officers heard it not. I talked more quickly, more vehemently, but the noise steadily increased and rose and argued about rifles in a high key with a violent gesticulations. But the noise steadily increased. Why would they not be quiet? I paced the floor to and fro with the heavy strides, as if excited to fury by the observations of men. But the noise steadily increased. Oh God, what could I do? I phoned, I raised, I swore, I swung the chair upon which I had been sitting and granted it upon the board. But the noise rose over all and continually increased. It grew louder, 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 louder. The student man chatted pleasantly and smiled. Is it possible they heard at night? Almighty God, no, 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 they heard. They suspected, they knew. They were making a mockery. My horror, this I thought, and this I think. But anything was better than this agony. Anything was more tolerable than this derision. I could bear these hypocritical smiles no longer. I felt that I must scream or die. And now again, hark, louder, 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 villains, I shriek. The symbol no more. I admit the deed. Tear up the blanks here. Here it is, the beating of this hideous heart.
Blah, 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 blah. Thank you. Thank you, Arthur. Oh my gosh, I'm so warm now. That was very hard. Thank you. Thank you, Dan. Woo. Thank you, Manny. Thank you, Spectral Bonsai. Oh, thank you, Arthur. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Manny. Oh my gosh. Okay. I need a nap now, or just to go to bed instead. Yeah, me too. I should have taken a nap this afternoon. Thank you so much, Landon. I appreciate it. Water. Where's my water? Dash, hey, buddy. How are you? Thank you, Manny. My hands hurt. Landon says, you were a little red. Yeah, I was getting very warm. Well, I did that. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. Oh. Thank you. You guys are awesome. I so appreciate you. I'm trying to see what I missed up here. Thank you, Arthur. You're so great. I don't know what that means. Oh, cool. You posted a link for it. That's awesome. Man. We have to help you get alerts set up. Do you mean the Nightbot? Is that what you mean? Yeah, I do need to. I was going to try to set up Nightbot today, but I was so tired. I was just like, I've got to sleep. Hey, Junior, how are you, man? If you're still here, hi. It's very, 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 very hard to read, keep the pace of the language, and play guitar at the same time. I mean, if I do it more, I'm sure I'll get better at it. Thank you, Dan, for the super hearts. I appreciate that. Thank you, Manny. But yeah, it's crazy. It was also like I lost focus a couple of times, which was interesting. I don't remember doing that this morning when we were reading it, but it is what it is, man, you know? What other Nightbots 2 alerts are different, though? Yeah, I guess I don't understand any of that yet. Aw. Trevor, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Yeah, I want to get the little like dingy dingies on the screen that do things, the dingy dingies. I want that to happen. Winter View with the Vampires Kiss Them for me. La Luz Association. David, I can literally always tell that it's you commenting before I even read your name. All right. Do we have another Edgar Allan Poe request? Or would you like me to do some of my own songs? We have about, I'd say, 20 minutes left of this stream or so. It's up to you guys. Or you can ask a question. That's fair too. Wow, I'm dizzy now. That was a lot of breathing and yelling. It's really fun to yell like that, though. I hope it wasn't like Distortion City while I was playing. I tried to make sure I was good with the EQ about that. But, you know, when you don't have like a person in here engineering your feed. Songs, you want some of my songs? All right. Let's see, we did Losing this morning. We can do Dear Apocalypse. Does that sound good? Oh, and I haven't played Peace Be Still in a really really, really, really long time. And really, really, really long time might mean a week. Breathy yelling is exhausting. It is. That's the truth. But thank you guys for no distortion. It sounded okay. Dope. So I mentioned yesterday that I was going to buy a piece of tech for these streams. I did, and it was broken. So we're returning it on Monday and getting a new one. Aug. Oh, wow. I'm going to have to massage my hands before the next song. Ow. Chords are fun. Play Peace Be Still, and then end with Dear Apocalypse, Please. You got it. Does anyone have any questions whilst I massage my hand? After that, woohoo, woohoo, woohoo! All the noise. Apologize. I also feel like without this apron, or maybe with this apron, I just look kind of like a flight attendant. Also, while you tune, will you be watching more horror flicks tonight? Damn, Skippy, I will. I've been trying to figure out. I went on a walk with the dog before I came on tonight, and I was trying to figure out which one to watch. Actually, I'm very excited about that. Also, the moon is beautiful tonight. There's like a really thin layer of cloud in the sky, and the stars are like very lightly peeking through, and then there's this big ring around the moon. It's really beautiful. So it made me think that I want to write a song about the moon. I have another song about the moon. I haven't played it in a long time. I don't know the chords anymore, I don't think. Do I have Netflix? I recommend His House. Deal. Done. I saw I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House. I think it's a close friend of mine recommended it and said this cinematography was great. Spectral Bonsai was watching it with me. And it was not good. The cinematography was fine, but the gaze of the movie was really curious. And the entire time it was just women, just female characters. And during the entire movie, I was like, for sure this was written by men and is being directed by men because the main character was a caregiver, but she was like really fearful and mousy, like for elderly people, or yeah. Anyway, I've never met a single caregiver who isn't like deep, like doesn't radiate deep inward confidence. You know, I've all of my grandparents have passed. Most of the matriarchs and patriarchs of my family have gone. I have met many caregivers, and they all have this very firm, resolute, like stillness and power that they tend to carry. And so they hire this woman to enter this home and live with this elderly woman until she passes. And it was very, very strange. The direction for the film was all wrong. The story was confusing. It didn't really make a lot of sense why there was a ghost in the house. It was sort of like anyway, I don't recommend it. Go look at some pretty photography and then watch a good horror movie. I wanted it to be good. It wasn't. Of course I wanted it to be good. I wasted my time on it. If you like scary shit, I recommend The Conjuring. Both of them. I like funny shit. So I also introduced Spectral Bonsai to the first half of the first episode of Scream Queens. And it was glorious. And strange. And maybe doesn't age very well, like The Office. So, yeah. All right. I feel that way about the 2020 Invisible Man. It starts with a woman escaping an abuser by calling another woman for a ride. The abused man climbs into the car. The other woman demands explanations for the pickup. Instantly, I knew the screenplay was written by a guy. Yeah, because it's like you're, I don't know. It's peculiar, you know? Trev, these movies are not scary. You got pwned, Trevor. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it's always really interesting when you watch a movie that is supposed to be from the perspective of a woman, and then as a female, you're like, never in the entire world would any of this happen. This was written by a guy, for sure. And then you end the movie and you're like, yep, there it is. There it is. Some guy got paid money to represent females as something that they're not. One of the really interesting things, as an aside, that I think is fascinating about that is scripts for comedies on television and film as well in the 80s and the 90s, and I'm guessing the 70s, all portray women as the ones who are withholding sex in a relationship. Like, they're not interested in sex, they don't want to have it, they're like complaining of having a headache, right? And women are trained, I should say. This is a patriarchal instinct sort of ingrained in us to always have sex with our partner if they want it, because it's like an act of love, or you want to make sure that they're not, unless there's a fight, or if the intimacy in the relationship has gone bonkers, right? There are things that keep that from happening, obviously, but that's sort of like as a general rule, women are taught to sacrifice their desire not to have sex if they're not having like severe relationship problems in the relationship, and to always do it. And whereas my female friends who are married or are in relationships will literally be like, I came home in a jacket with just lingerie on to sleep with my partner, and he walked away from me. And I hear those stories all the time. And like this idea of like the male partner in the relationship withholding sex as sort of an act of abuse or control. But it's interesting to me that all these sitcoms were always like, oh no, it's the woman who's always withholding. And then growing up and becoming an adult and talking to lots of women about it, and them always being like, no, I'll literally always do it if he asks for it, but he never does. And when I try to get it, it's very difficult. So I always thought that that was a really interesting. I haven't questioned a lot of men about it. Because it's a complicated issue. And I'm just rambling in front of a bunch of dudes about it now. Are there any ladies present? Are there any ladies lurking? Feel free to let yourself be known. I also don't think I used my words very well while I was trying to explain all of that. But using your words well is overrated. Am I right? No, I'm not right. All right, this is Peace Be Still. There are whispers in the wild, when that stays silent. Why do I not sound right? Whispers in the wild, when that stays silent. We're gonna start that over. It sounded to me like my mouth started in a different key than the song was actually in. The whispers in the wild, when that stays silent. There are songs out of key that I'm both through. There is no room. There is no room. Be still. Peace be still. I saw vultures at rest in the boughs of the trees, watching as though they could see my end. The path divided, then was erased. Peace be still. Peace be still. Winter was harsh, well below zero. The sun finally set. The moon did not rise, and deeper within me I felt her heartbeat, and it played, peace be still. I agree, peace be still.
sins, but I accepted the peace. I leaned down, got on my knees. Forest floor and final choice to leave. Closed my eyes and fell asleep. Dear apocalypse, you should be ashamed. Still my cherry keep and don't know on Monday. Underneath the bridge I learned to hide. Who will be with me in the fire? If you want to know my name, then ask. I am not afraid of the stones in my past. Underneath the peach tree, I'll stand tall. If you are George, we'll stand Shabbat. If you are George, we'll stand Shabbat. Forever in love, I'll be awake all day.
a cool Georgia will stand some oil forever. Thank you, Junior. Thank you, Manny. Oh, my back hurts now. Thank you, Landon. I appreciate you all. You guys are red lion. Yeah. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are red. Thank you, Manny. Thank you so much for coming, guys. These 2 streams in one day situations are going to be few and far between. They take it quite out of me, but I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you so much for being such good friends. Yeah, and as we move into fall and then winter, I just want you guys to know that you are important and that you are loved and that we need you. And this is, I feel like no matter how the election swings, this winter is going to be tough. And so, yeah, if you need help mentally, please reach out to NAMI. You can get a hold of them at nami.org. They are an amazing organization. That it's the National Alliance for the Mentally Ill. And we just want to make sure that you get to stick around. So I think that it's important that you do. I hope you all have a great Sunday as well. Thank you, Junior. Thank you, Colin. You're so sweet. And we are going to end on a dance party, right? Because it's Halloween. And we're also going to raid somebody, which I love doing. So I'm going to figure out who we're raiding. Let me just thank you, Arthur. You're so great. Colin, I love you too. All right. Ooh, there's a 60-second ad break that I can run. What? I just looked at all of my options over here, and that's crazy. That's really fun. Okay. Well, we'll remember that for the future. All right. If I select raid channel, what happens? We're about to find out. I'm gonna put on the organ and the crazy lights, and then we'll figure this out. Boop, 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 Let's start fresh with those drums, shall we? Thank you for coming, my friends. Yeah, have a joyous Samhain. Happy Halloween. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being awesome. Also, have a great night. Let's figure this out. Let's see what happens right now. I have no idea where we're going. We're just going to try it and see what's up. All right, I'll see you guys later.